A raft of measures to promote fossil fuels. President Trump said at his inauguration today that he would sign a barrage of executive orders to grant his administration new powers to promote fossil fuels and to withdraw support for renewable energy, signaling that the United States government would no longer fight climate change. Trump also intends to withdraw from the United States from the Paris Agreement on global warming for a second time. He said that vast areas of public land and federal waters, including fragile wilderness in Alaska, would be thrown open for oil and mineral extraction. He said he would repeal regulations aimed at promoting electric vehicles and stop new offshore wind farms from being built in federal waters. Trump also said he planned to declare a national energy emergency. He would be the first president to do so, despite the fact the United States is currently producing more oil and natural gas than any other country. That declaration could unlock authority to suspend some environmental regulations and speed permits for oil and gas drilling, as well as authority to keep coal-fired power plants running. Trump said in the Capitol after taking the oath of office, "We will drill, baby, drill." Trump's pivot to fossil fuels comes after the hottest year in recorded history and a sign to say the world is running out of time to keep global warming at relatively low levels. Last year, emissions from burning coal, oil, and gas helped push average global temperatures past 1.5 degrees Celsius or 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit above pre-industrial levels. Most of Trump's energy policies cannot be achieved with a mere stroke of the pen because some would require action by federal agencies or Congress, and others could face legal challenges. He also could not, by fiat, rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, or Denali in Alaska, the highest mountain peak in North America, Mount McKinley. Mr. Trump promised to do both. But taken together, the declarations underscore how Trump views the world. America has been weakened by efforts to fight climate change. Oil and gas are symbols of strength and power, and plentiful fossil fuels will ensure that the U.S. is able to dominate allies and rivals alike. The United States is home to the largest amount of oil and gas of any country on earth, and we are going to use it, Trump said during his inauguration address. He said, "We will bring prices down, fill our strategic reserves up again, right to the top, and export American energy all over the world," he said. The remarks earned a standing ovation in the Capitol Rotunda, where Trump spoke in applause at the Hey Adams Hotel in downtown Washington, where some of the country's leading oil and gas executives popped champagne and ate mini Pop-Tart pastries with Trump's image. The party was sponsored by Harold Hamm, the billionaire founder of Continental Resources, an oil company who helped raise millions of dollars for Trump's campaign. Trump's agenda was a reverse image of his predecessor's approach. Former President Joseph Biden Jr. called climate change an existential threat and said the United States, the world's largest historic emitter of greenhouse gases, had an obligation to lead the world in curbing fossil fuel pollution. Biden never sought an immediate end of coal, oil, or gas, but he imposed regulations making it more expensive to operate coal plants, limited future drilling leases, and signed laws that invested hundreds of billions of dollars in wind, solar, electric vehicles, and other low-carbon technologies in order to lay the groundwork for transition away from fossil fuels. "We really moved the clean energy transition forward in a really huge way," Deb Haaland, Biden's Interior Secretary, said. He really understood that he had a responsibility to do what he could for the climate crisis, she said. Trump's efforts to reshape America's energy landscape could bump up against market realities. U.S. oil production reached new heights last year, and natural gas prices fell to their lowest annual average on record, adjusted for inflation, according to the Energy Information Administration. While many oil and gas companies have asked for looser regulations, they have also said they are not looking to drastically increase output, as doing so most likely would weigh on prices, squeezing profits. By mid-afternoon on Monday, U.S. oil prices had fallen more than 1% as details about Trump's energy plans emerged. If there's more energy production, you could see a decline in prices from that, said Jacques White, petroleum engineer from Colorado at Mr. Ham's party. During his first term, the Trump cabinet secretaries rushed through repeals of environmental regulations, leading many of those efforts to be overturned in the courts. And some experts also questioned whether Trump's declaration of a national energy emergency would be more symbolic than substantive. In a call with reporters, a White House official said that the emergency declaration was motivated by the idea that U.S. energy costs were currently higher than they should be because of policy decisions by the Biden administration, interest in artificial intelligence, and a boom in data center construction have created an urgent need for more energy, the official said. Environmental groups as well as a coalition of mayors and governors said that on Monday that many states, cities, and businesses would continue cutting planet warming emissions on their own. The clean energy boom is unstoppable, said Manish Bompa, president of the Natural Resource Defense Council. Trump can slow down the transition, but he cannot stop it, he said. Now, Mr. Trump, a longtime critic of wind power, also pledged to end federal leasing for large wind farms in federal waters. The Biden administration has also approved 11 commercial-scale wind farms in the Atlantic Ocean. Some are currently under construction, but others have been halted or face delays because of inflation or supply chain problems. Several eastern states, including Massachusetts, New York, and New Jersey, have set ambitious renewable energy targets, and we're hoping to build many offshore wind farms this decade. Additional projects, however, would require federal approval. This is from New York Times on DNYUZ. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.